Hey everyone, Skull902 here, and I want to talk about the thing that I just saw. Sonic the Hedgehog Movie 3 is upon us. It released today, and I was able to see it on release day, which was cool because the first time around I didn't get to see it for a month. The second time around, saw it a day after, but it was still a lovely experience. And this time I see it on the release day, and man, what a ride! Let me just try to go through everything that's immediately in my head as far as my thoughts are concerned on it. Spoiler free, of course. So first off, the acting. I want to give a big round of applause to the actors. For once again putting in a perfect performance. I don't think that like maybe perfect's a bit much of a word, but like it was damn near perfect. Like the only thing that I really thought was off was like Shadow's voice breaking on the word bunch. But that's the smallest of things. I think that they got the right actors for their roles, and they played them all very well. That being said, plot-wise, I thought that they didn't really make as much use of the characters as the trailer kind of made me think. So that's a bit disappointing in that way, but like the story still works. It's still good. It's just I feel like there could have been a little more use of the characters. So that's a bit something. Like two characters, if you've seen like the pre-release photos, are kind of like a fake out. So it's something. But the plot in and of itself, just as a whole, I thought was good and enjoyable. If you want like my overall thoughts on it, though, like I do still think Sonic 1 is the best of the three movies, and I think Sonic 2 is just a little under that, and I think Sonic 3 is just a little under 2. There are some things, it's mostly pretty all right, but there are just some things like the use of characters that I feel like they could have gotten a bit more out of. There is a plot thread that, again, like they did pretty well actually in the second half of the movie. It's just I thought that like a little more tension would have done some good for it. Would have just added on to how well done it was. So it's not quite like my thoughts on Shadow Generations, where like they kind of packed it into 3 hours and they could have done a lot more with it. It's more like they could have added some cherries on top that would have made it even better. The first half of the movie, though, like it was good, but I did kind of feel like I wasn't as into it as the first two movies, like straight through. But they do plant some good stuff in there, like Shadow and Maria's relationship, how that got started, and how things went. Robotnik and Gerald Robotnik, I thought was pretty good. There are some like distractions here and there, but like that's just kind of Jim Carrey's Robotnik character. Like there's a bit of sidetracks in there with him, and it's no different in this movie. So the plot, just as a whole, like it's a good movie. It's a thoroughly enjoyable ride, but like you can tell that there's a fair difference in how good it is between the first half and the second half of the movie, and there are also some like plot holes in there, at least like to my understanding, but it doesn't fuck up the movie that much. Like it doesn't destroy the plot or anything. It's just like why didn't X do Y or whatever. Then, like as far as the special effects are concerned, it's just as good as it has been, throughout all the movies. I thought that the CG was good, the effects were good, everything looked the way that it should, and all that. So not much to say on the visual department. They did a very nice job. And then the music, the soundtrack for the movie also did its job and was, fitting to the scenes that were being portrayed. Just a little post note: I thought that the beginning of the credits, that song, when they do the nice little animation, it was way more genericized and forgettable than the ones from the first two movies, and that kind of disappointed me. Just did not sound that great at all. Just kind of sounded like the same electronic mush that you get in like advertisements and stuff. So anyway, back to the video. And for those who were missing music from the video games in the first two movies, we definitely get video game music. It's not like in Sonic 1 where you just get that tiny little piano piece of Green Hill, or in Sonic 2 where you get like Tom's ringtone that kinda sorta sounds like Emerald Hill. Like we get video game music in here, so that's a big bonus. So yeah, that just about sums up my thoughts on Sonic 3. Really, it's a great movie. Not quite as good as the first two, but it's still a worthy sequel. And the post credits, or well, the credit scenes, I think did an ample job hyping me up for Sonic 4. And there were some reports actually. If you haven't seen the movie yet and you're planning on going, there were some reports out there that there was going to be like three or four. There were only two. There are two credit scenes. One is in the middle, one is at the very end. Without spoiling what happens in them, just be aware that that's your movie viewing experience. Two credit scenes. But yeah, I think it furthered the movie universe in a way that was satisfactory and fun, and I'm all for it. Again, I wasn't quite as into it in the first half. I still thought that it was good, but they make up for it in the second half with some ideas and plot threads that I found interesting. Could have used a little more, but still overall kicked ass. So yeah, just between the music, the acting, the choreography, and the fights, the special effects, everything else, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 gets my thumbs up. And it was so worth, getting snow water on the bottom of my feet because I have a hole in my shoe. And it was worth somehow injuring my arm when I was getting my keys to unlock my door when I came back home. All worth it, man. It is so good. So those are my initial, immediate thoughts on the movie. Just right when I returned home and just went to recording this. So yeah, if you plan on seeing the movie, I really hope that you enjoy it because I thought that it was a thoroughly enjoyable experience. Even with little kids coughing in the movie theater, which got the hypochondriac in me all riled up. But they were far away. And I was wearing a mask, and I have my shots, so hopefully it should be fine. But yeah, if I have to cancel anything in the immediate future, I'll let you know. But that's the end of my rambling for now. And thank you for listening. So I'll just leave you with Sonic the Hedgehog 3, legit movie. I've been Skull902. Thank you for watching and have yourselves a wonderful day.